Hey guys, so today in the shop we've got a 1964 Malibu station wagon. It's here for some rust repair. As you can see, it's been neglected for years. The back end, pretty much from about here back, is quite rusty. And I'm going to show you guys how I do my rust repair to give you guys a little bit more knowledge on how you can do your own at home in your garage. So as you can see, we've got quite a bit of rust around here. Somebody's put fiberglass in here. This piece here's rotted right off. There's just a little bit of rust all over. Just random little patches. It's weird how rust really works its magic and digs into things. But the worst spot is right down here where the spare tire would have been carried in this car. It is completely gone. So I'm gonna do like I like to do, and that is start with the worst spot first, and that is right here. So for starters, I'm going to just make a good map of all the individual pieces it's going to take to repair this. I know that it's completely a half round curve. It hangs about 2 inches below the bottom of the rear quarter panel. There's this piece right here that's going to come down with a bit of a curve. There's that middle curved piece, and then this piece here is going to have a bit of a curve on the bottom. And then we're gonna be tying in here, all around here. I'll be doing a weld across here. So you can see that I'm gonna have to make 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. So starting with a good map in your mind is definitely the key to success. I've got some tape here. I'm gonna find some paper, and I'm gonna start creating these pieces out of a piece of paper and some tape so I can take them over to the bench and start cutting out of steel. That's gonna give me a good roadmap to start with, and then we're gonna kind of just work from there. 1 piece at a time. Sooner or later, it'll be completely renewed and brand spanking new. Now that I've got tape in here, I got 2 of my pieces roughed out. I'm gonna start with this piece here. Put a couple of Sharpie marks on it where there's a bit of a bend in the steel. And you can see right here, it is still split between those pieces. Right there is gonna be a 90 bend down, where I'm gonna do a pinch weld on each piece. That's the way it would have been. That's what it's telling me up in here. It follows its way around there, and it'll tie back in there. So I'm gonna start with these 2 pieces and then put them aside temporarily while I knock all of this rust out of here, because I really need to start up here. I need to fix that piece and that piece, then come back down here. But if I don't have my templates made first, then I'm gonna lose my roadmap that I have right now. I have that chance to rough out my pieces so I can take this tape. I'm going to trim it along here first, and I'm going to clean this up just a little bit, then I can lay it on the sheet metal, rough cut my parts and start shaping them. So I've really been making some progress here in the wheel well. I've got the bottom made and spot welded in. I've actually made the rear quarter panel piece and this piece. I've been really plugging away at this. Here you go, you can see I've got this piece. This is my inner piece. Got a nice little kind of roll to it. And then I've got my quarter panel. That's gonna be sitting right there like that. So another few hours and we'll have this knocked out, and I'll show you the final result. So far I'm pretty happy with it. It's a lot of work though. So after hours and hours, I finally worked my way through this rust repair, and I'm now finally on my second to last piece, the outer quarter. I've already made this. I showed you guys. It is right here, and I've got my line up tabs. So each time I do a little bit of grinding and fitting, I can always put it back in the same location. My final piece is gonna be right here. I'll be tying into this here, and there'll be a little triangle piece there. It's kind of a convoluted piece, mostly because of the tire. It needs to fit in there, so everything is kind of shoved forward. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky right there, but I need to leave it till last because I need to have the bottom of this rear quarter panel on, and then I'm gonna know exactly all my sides that I need to tie into. So I'm gonna put this on, tack it up, weld it out, and I'll show you guys the final result. and then we'll go over the whole rust repair. I'm gonna end this video by showing you guys the final results on the rust repair on this 1964 Chevelle Wagon. Over here we've got the bottom of the quarter panel, all hand fabricated, the recess where the tire will sit, and inside, no more giant hole. You can see where the tire will sit there in that recess as well, and it turned out pretty good. I've put a lot of work into this side as well. It was completely rotted out. Underneath the fiberglass was absolutely roached. Now you might wonder to yourself, why is somebody putting this type of time and effort into this 64 Malibu? Well, the car's getting pretty rare. They're not making them anymore. A lot of them rusted out to the point they were crushed. So, you know, it's got to be loved by somebody. Fortunately, this car found the right guy, and he's willing to put the time and money into bringing it back around and getting it back on the road. Another fun fact about this Chevelle Wagon is it has the third row rear-facing seat. Here's the seat belts right here. That's where you'd put your feet. This is for the kids so they can face backwards and stare the driver of the car behind you right in the eyes while they flip them the bird. Didn't you ever notice that you get honked at a little bit more often when you have the kids in the car? It just shows you guys with enough time and effort, you can accomplish pretty much everything, because this thing was pretty roached. Like always, guys, be safe out there. Peace.
Dubs Kustoms, building beasts, nature's pattern, raw and real. Golden frame turning heads, valley of rust, they seal the deal. Scary features on display, eyes wide open, jaws agape.